Lovebugs, welcome back to my channel. Today I got a requested video about how to grow or maintain your edges. Well, for me, I never really had a problem growing my edges because I always had them. So I'm going to tell you from my point of view how to maintain your edges, as well as just how to grow them and all. So here we go. Number one, try castor oil. I've been using castor oil for a while now, and it's really thickening up my hair. So I know if you all have a problem growing your edges, castor oil might be the thing to try, because castor oil naturally thickens your hair follicles. So if you try that, that should be a great thing for you all. And it doesn't just have to work on your edges. Castor oil can work throughout the rest of your hair too. Like me, I use castor oil on my scalp and it works really good. My hair is naturally already thick, but castor oil just adds that extra thickness. Y'all know us with relaxers, it kind of brings it down, kind of thins it out just a little bit. But with the castor oil, I can maintain my thickness. Number two, for those of you that use the black gel, or let's see, the clear gel, stop with the gel. You know, with the little baby hairs in the front or what, no, stop that. If you want to use gel to get your edges down, or if you want to do gel on your hair at all, use 100% aloe vera gel, and you can find that at Target. So if you're using the black gel and clear gel, stop that. You won't have any edges to grow or whatever. You won't have any edges at all, because that will take out your hair. So with that, don't do it. If you want to use gel, use 100% aloe vera gel. With the gel, know when you have the aloe vera gel, if you still want to slick down your baby hairs in the front or whatever, don't use thin combs with that. Don't use it at all. When you're on a hair journey, don't use thin combs anymore. Just might as well just throw them out. Throw them out, period. You don't need the thin combs at all. And those thin combs, the little hair that you have to grow on your edges, it'll just rip it out. I mean, duh. Just kidding. But y'all, don't use the thin combs. Don't use them on your edges as well as the rest of your hair, because it won't do nothing but take them out anyway. So no thin combs. Regular scalp massages on your edges. So when you have the castor oil on your edges, just go ahead and do a scalp massage, and it feels really good, y'all. Just do it. And if you have a problem with the front edges as well as the rest around your hair, just scalp massage all around, y'all. Just do it all around. And that's all. But I want to show y'all something. For my scalp massages, I use this brush, and I dropped it. Y'all. So don't worry about this part right here. It's just, I dropped it. But this right here is a brush. I don't really use this side of it because I think it's too thin and it can cause breakage or whatever. But I do use this side for my massages. And the great thing about this brush is that it's battery activated. So it vibrates. Okay, it's a little noisy, but this thing works so good. And you know how when you need somebody just to rub your scalp and stuff, this can do it for you. And you can find these on Amazon. If you don't want to just use your fingers and massage your scalp, you can find a brush like this on Amazon, and it's just vibrating, and you put it through your scalp, and you're just gonna be like, oh my God, thank you, Mia, thank you for this brush. The next thing is, don't do too tight ponytails, banana clips, none of that. Please don't do your hair too tight, because with that motion of putting it back and securing it with that ouchless band, it's just pulling your hair back to where you're just like, oh my God, no, No, that's pulling your hair out of your scalp, and it's going to cause a whole bunch of breakage, and you're going to see a whole bunch of shedding coming from that, coming away from your scalp, and that's just taking your edges out. So if you wear a ponytail or banana clip, just let it out a little bit. Don't do it too tight. That's not right, y'all. Don't make your hair scream at you. Don't do it. Okay? Next tip is for growing your edges is if you wear a half wig as a protective style or sew-ins as a protective style, you want to leave your hair out around the edges, especially if those are your problem areas. You want to leave some hair out. And I know you guys with sew-ins, I know you want to get all your hair in, but you can leave that part out and then bring the sew-in, the weave, over that part so it won't be as noticeable. And then if it's too noticeable, you think you could get some of that clear aloe vera gel and just slick it down that way so it won't be as noticeable and your hair can just come down, the sewing part. So if you do that, I mean, just be mindful of your hair around the edges. You don't want to braid it up. You don't want to have it all, you know, in the sewing, because it's just going to cause breakage that you don't want to have if you're growing your edges out. So be mindful of that. And as you can see with my protective style, I'm wearing a half wig right now. As y'all know, it's Barbie, and I keep my edges out so I can maintain them. So I'm not bringing it all back. I'm not causing my hair to hate me because my eyes are going like this or some nonsense. Like, I'm just keeping it out so I can maintain my edges and I won't have a problem with it. Another tip is if you're wearing braids as a protective style, be mindful of your hair around the edges, meaning you don't want to do it too tight at all. So I know y'all want that slick look or whatever, but just around the edges, don't do it as tight as you normally would. Just loosen it out just a little bit. Okay, you want to keep those edges, and if you don't have many edges, you want to grow them. So when you're growing them, you don't want to pull on them and causing so much hassle. You want to have them. Okay, guys. Next tip: eliminate heat from your edges. So while on that journey of growing your edges or maintaining them, eliminate heat for a little bit. And if you already have them like me, I use heat to them probably once a month, once every 2 months. I'm just so like, I don't want to say scared of heat, but I'm cautious of heat now. So I don't use heat towards my edges as much. When I'm wearing my half wigs, I just use flexi rods. That's all. And my flexi rods aren't tight either because I'm doing it mainly on dry hair. So don't use heat, and when you use heat, put it on the lowest setting possible because you don't want your edges to burn off, like you can see on homegirl video. I don't know her name, but you don't want them to burn off. Okay, keep those edges, eliminate heat if you can on them. You can use, if you have the rest of your hair chilling out back here, you can use heat on that, but be cautious of the setting of heat that you use because you don't want to burn this part of your hair like you don't want to burn this hair. Okay, guys? And my last tip is if you use relaxers on your hair like many of us do, you want to do your edges last. Okay, guys? Do edges last so it won't over process. You can do the middle of your hair first if you want all your edges over here, you guys. Do those last. So do this first and then save for the ending, you know, around your nape and around this part, so it won't cause over process and your hair will just be falling out and the rest of that other stuff. So just, you know, use it, we'll do it last. And those are all of my tips for maintaining or growing your edges out. I hope you like this video. Give me some comments, put them down below, questions down below also, and that is it, guys. So as always, P.S.